You want me to delete my own account in front of you? Okay, done. A bit of background first. 15 years ago, I worked at a gas station as an opener. Because I was young and somewhat tech-savvy, I was also the de facto IT for the 3 stores near me, and had been heavily involved in setting up a new point-of-sale (POS) system for their 2 most successful stores when they were swapped from one gas brand to another. The company had made me the super admin on all registers just for ease of transition. Remember this later. The owner's wife had been awful to me for the 2 years that I worked there. I got bumped to opener by her husband, and she hated have a man be an opener. Historically, every single opener was picked by her and was a woman, but her husband came and fired the previous opener for theft while the 2 of us swapping shifts, so I got a field promotion of sorts. The wife was constantly scrutinizing everything that I did, constantly calling me in the mornings to be rude and berate me for a bunch of minor things I did wrong. You used wet wipes on the area around the drink machine. I want you to use paper towels and spray. We were out of paper towels, and the spray we had smelled like a hospital anyway. I came in your store last night, and there were 3 rows of Snapple apple. You could probably increase sales by putting 1 or 2 of those rows to a diff product, even though the Snapple fridge was 100% handled by the vendor, and we'd signed a contract that we wouldn't change the layout of product. Etc. etc. Long story short, she was awful to me because I was a dude. I had set up their POS systems because I was somewhat tech-savvy. I was made super admin on the new registers they had. I was desperately looking for work when I found a temp IT job, which led to my current career in IT. I got a new job offer and gave her husband 2 weeks' notice, but never told her because I did my very best to avoid talking to her unless necessary. When she found out, it was Tuesday of my last week and she legitimately lost her mind. Gave me a ton of stuff to do and worked me to the bone until 2 p.m. on the last Friday I worked. Finally the time to depart forever came, and she personally came with an office worker and stood by me and asked me to delete my account from the register. I knew I was a super admin, and I had been told if I ever left to convert the account. She had been told this but had long forgotten it, so I said to hell with it and complied, then went to the other store and did likewise while she watched. I go about my life, start my new job, and end up about 3 weeks in when I get a frantic voicemail and like 20 texts and calls from her. I called the office worker who had stood over my shoulder with her and got the scoop. She basically couldn't change any prices at all when new beer and soda prices started rolling out, and her new opener had just let it all pile up because she didn't know how to do it, and they were going to have someone come train her. They had a bunch of items 5 or 10% below the price they were supposed to be at. Margins on cases of beer are low, and this was nuking their profits. Once I thought it over, I texted her and said, "You asked me to do this, it's on video, and we have 3 witnesses, the person she had me training, the person I swapped with, and the office worker, who had quit in the 2 weeks since." /*click edit. I didn't hang up on her, I'm just being funny lol. I found out later that they ended up spending K to get the company back out to fix the issue. The boss's wife legit had a Facebook page at one point with people planning to shit on her grave when she died one day. Edit for clarity, she's still alive, so I wasn't the only person she was awful to, but I do feel like I got one up on her, and it feels good. Edit. I wanted to thank everyone for making me laugh with your fun comments. My slow Friday afternoon has been much more fun sharing stories about this terrible job with everyone in the comments. I added a few small notes, for clarity, in the body of the post.